Please welcome to the stage Board Chair David Siegel.
My name is David Siegel, and I'm a founding trustee of the New England Innocence Project. I currently chair its Board of Trustees, which is why I'll remind you again about the importance of these cards. And it's my privilege tonight to introduce the Arc of Justice Award. So, those of you who need to get to the bar, go ahead, and then come back and sit down so you can hear our presentation. The Arc of Justice Award recognizes the special contribution of a community member who bends the arc of the moral universe toward justice. The principle behind this award is that the arc only bends when people pull it. It doesn't bend on its own. And since this is the first time we've been together since 2019 for this event, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the people in this room who have previously received the Arc of Justice or the Marching Toward Freedom Award. So please give me your attention for these very, very important individuals. They include the Sifazari team from Ropes and Gray, including Yana Grishkin, the legal and investigative teams who represented Keon Sprinkle, including Goodwin, the legal and investigative teams who represented James Watson, including attorney Barbara Monroe, the Wright team from Skadden, including Nigel Tampton, and social service advocate Kristen Dame. So, I know some of you are here this evening, and it would be great if you could stand so we could recognize all of you for your many contributions. Thank you so much. And at tonight's event, as we focus on all of the people, all that people must overcome to achieve their freedom and thrive in a new world, we wanted to recognize someone who shined a light on wrongful convictions in Massachusetts. So Andrew Ryan is a skilled journalist whose detailed and thorough reporting has authentically captured the difficult and beautiful experiences of people directly impacted by wrongful convictions. Over the last few years, Andrew Ryan's research and reporting has portrayed the journeys of several people attempting to overturn their convictions and the community of wrongfully convicted people who support each other in freedom. Andrew has been present for significant moments in this community, including releases, exonerations, and even the largest gathering of wrongfully convicted people at the Innocence Network Conference in Phoenix, Arizona. Essential to this work is the trust Andrew Ryan has built with members of this community. Many wrongfully convicted people have felt betrayed by the media, viewing it as playing a key role in cementing biased or uncritical and ultimately erroneous narratives of people charged and convicted of crimes. In contrast, Andrew Ryan has demonstrated extremely careful and detailed reporting, asking the hard questions, and in so doing has helped us all better understand complex issues. As a result, he has gained the trust of Ray Champagne, an exoneree and beloved member of the community who we lost too soon. Andrew even succeeded in capturing the depth of Ray's character and accomplishments in his obituary, not an easy feat. Many injustices in the criminal legal system happen behind closed doors. In decision-making by investigators, prosecutors, defense lawyers, and even judges, Andrew Ryan makes it possible for us to better see what would otherwise remain hidden. It is my privilege to ask Andrew Ryan to join me on the stage to receive the New England Innocence Project's 2023 Arc of Justice Award.
Thank you, David, for that kind introduction. I'm humbled to be on this stage and be recognized with this award. It's really something. I'll be honest, looking around this room, I feel a bit like an imposter. The arc of justice is a weighty phrase. And when I think about it, I'm looking at the people who do the hard work, the heavy lifting. The hard work is done by the attorneys, the paralegals, the secretaries, and the investigators. As you all know, the system doesn't relent. It doesn't let go. And so you have to stick with it for years, pushing through setbacks and dead ends. And of course, the people who do the most work are the exonerees themselves. Yes, sir. They, sometimes alone, are the ones who believe. They don't give up despite the astronomical odds. And they rally others to their cases, which is no small thing, because it can be hard to get anyone to listen. I know about that firsthand. When I first started at the Globe almost 20 years ago, I was the newspaper's first online reporter. My job was to write stories immediately as they happened. It meant a constant deadline. I'd pump out 6, 8, 10 stories a day. One day, I got a break, and I went to write a feature story at the Old Colony Correctional Facility about an effort by a group of inmates. They're called Voices from Behind the Wall. These were men serving life or long-term sentences. They had produced a video offering advice to young men in their old neighborhoods, urging them to stay out of trouble. When I met the man who spearheaded Voices from Behind the Wall, he didn't want to talk about the video. He wanted to talk about his case. He told me he didn't do it. He was wrongly convicted and serving life. I remember he was clutching a handful of green certified mail receipts. He'd sent letters outlining his story, his truth, to every place he could think of: the governor, the state attorney general, prosecutors, and more. No one would listen. And now this man was trying to get me to listen. So I went back to my newsroom and I tried. I called his lawyer and I tried to look into his case. But I still had those 6 or 8 or 10 stories to write, and I wasn't on the Globe's investigative team like I am now. In the end, I hit a dead end, and I couldn't get to the truth. But I never forgot the expression on his face and those green certified mail receipts. About a decade later, I heard that man's name on the radio. He'd been released from prison after a judge threw out his conviction. Most of you know the man's name, Darrell Jones. Darrell served 32 years in prison before winning a new trial and ultimately an acquittal. Darrell found people who listened to his story. They included his lawyers, but also a few dogged reporters. Retired WBR reporter Bruce Gellerman did important work on Darrell's case. So did Jennifer McKim of the New England Center for Investigative Reporting. I do believe that journalism has made strides in the past decade. Reporters are more skeptical of law enforcement. We are less likely to rely solely on police reports or motions filed by prosecutors. We've gotten better, but we're far from perfect. I think more journalists need to see what wrongful convictions look like up close. Because there's nothing more powerful than sitting in court and watching a wrongfully convicted person finally walk free. It is a singular moment when justice finally triumphs. Investigative journalism can help. The work takes time and resources, and we need more people doing it. But there's another component: trust. In telling the stories of wrongful convictions, journalists need to regain the trust from people who've often been wronged for decades. Earning back someone's trust is no easy task, but it's crucial. I'll be forever grateful to the exonerees who have trusted me to tell small parts of their stories. Each person who talked to me helped me understand a little more, and hopefully that offered more insight to my readers about what the wrongfully convicted endure. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you very much for this honor.
So congratulations, Andrew, on this tremendous recognition. We look forward to your continuing impact.